Someone there? What was that?
You have a death wish then? Come face the Forsworn! See you in pieces.
As you fall down and bleed to death.
Why? Why? You won't live.
Oh!
knew I'd find you.
Heart of thorn, bones of the wild, in life forsworn. Rise from death, blood of our blood.
Enough of this! It's look out! Here I come! Never should have come here. Kill you! The weak belongs to the force.
You're lost? Great. Killed you.
You don't have a chance. That's your best, huh?
And now an hour from 40.
This and stop.
You'll regret starting this fight.
No!
You're quite a wrench, aren't you?
never should have come.
What's the Jarl going to do about it? How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst. Morthal has enough problems as it is. It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
I'm the best warrior in Morthal, and that's no boast. You want me to prove it? I bet 100 gold I can take you, bare-handed. Just your own 2 hands. Weapons and magic are out. Now let's see what you got. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
You're just going to stand there and take it?
Fight back!
That's your best, huh? Now that was a punch. You're a real fighter. I like that. You ever need my steel by your side, you just ask.
If I had your skills, I'd be guard captain at least. You'll find the Jarl in the hole. Just my luck, stuck in the sticks here. You'll find the Jarl in the hole. But well, you watch yourself now.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. I stand where I have always stood, here in Morthal. Now is not the time to fight amongst ourselves. I fear dark days approach, and all of Skyrim's strength will be needed. That which is unknown can create unease, even fear. It is to be expected. Some fear our new
You will not disrespect Jarl Idgrod while in this hall. Do we have an understanding? It's no secret that Jarl Idgrod is different. It's also no secret that there are rumors about her and her visions. I won't repeat them, and I won't allow them to be spread under this roof. Now you go about your business.
Please don't mind Yorick. He's not mad. Really, he's not. My brother is sensitive. He has trouble focusing his attention on things. We were taking him to the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun, just so the healers could make sure he was in good health. And they say he's fine. Are you heading to Whiterun? Could you take this letter to the priestess, Danica Purespring? It's a note about Yorick's health. Thank you. I'd better get going.
Need a ride? Where do you...
exotic ingredients.
Now, was it 2 parts giant lichen or 3? Sorry. Just thinking about my experiments. What was it you wanted? I'm aspiring to earn that title, yes. However, the road ahead is paved with loose cobbles and deadly pitfalls. Master Elgrim says I'm a natural, that I have a unique talent. But I fear his approval masks his intolerance for my mistakes. My errant formulas have cost Master Elgrim a fortune in ingredients, some of which are almost irreplaceable. To restore Master Elgrim's supply, I would need 20 Deathbell, 20 Nightshade, and 20 Nirnroot. Am I sensing that you may be interested in gathering these rare ingredients for me? That means more time for my experiments and less time in the field. Much appreciated. It's exhilarating to observe the effects of my potions on the body. Watching the heart stop, the eyes go blind. We're made up of thousands of parts with thousands of different functions, all working in tandem to keep us alive. Yet if only a single part of our imperfect machine fails, life fails. It makes one realize how fragile, how flawed we are. You ask why I'm so fascinated? The irony that the same world that gave us life provides us the means to die. My family. All that wealth, and they squander it on foolish ventures and political schemes. I was meant for so much more than all of this. I wish to pledge my life and ply my talents in darker circles. If only my mother would let me. I would make her proud.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. I can't take this place anymore. The trees, all the colors, but the city's so dark. Why? It makes no sense.
Learn a library's worth of knowledge in moments, or grow back that missing limb with my genuine Balmer
Huh? I'm telling you, I heard it, howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
People of Riften, heed my words. The return of the dragons is not mere coincidence.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought.
Put down your flagons filled with your vile liquids, and embrace the teachings of the Handmaiden of Kine.
No, Marama. We talked about this. Talon?
Kirava, certainly we can come to some sort of an understanding. These people must be made aware of the chaos they've sown.
Enough, Marama. We've all heard of the dragons and their return. There's no need to use them as an excuse to harass our customers.
Very well, Talon.
All right, then.
I'll remove myself from this den of iniquity.
We're not kicking you out. Just keep the sermons at the temple and let us all sin in peace.
Why settle for just stabbing your foes when you can roast them alive in a gout of arcane fire?
Good afternoon. After what you've done for me, I suppose it's only fair. I was brought to Darklight Tower before I was even born. My mother wasn't always the hag that you saw. Many years ago, she was the fairest maiden in the Rift, drawing pursuers aplenty from afar. She turned all suitors away except for my father. It wasn't long before I was conceived. But one pursuer, the Thane of Greenwall, was humiliated by her rejection. In his twisted desire, he murdered my father, the man my mother loved. Grief-stricken and enraged, my mother turned to the hags of Darklight Tower, hoping to gain the power necessary to avenge my father. Like the Jarl, the Thane was the Jarl's own cousin. They made her an offer that the Thane's family would be struck by misfortune and tragedies. If my mother would pledge undying loyalty to the hags and sacrifice that which she held dearest to the Daedra. Indeed. The hags demanded that her unborn daughter be cursed with a life of misery and brutality, so that the Daedra may be amused. But contrary to what you might think, she refused the hags' demand, for I was all she had left of my father. So the hags made a different offer. They would transfer that fate to another girl, to be born the same day as I. With that, she shall bear the curse. The Daedra would be sated with that child's misery, and the burden of her fear, her hatred, would forever be imprinted on my soul. The hags began a harrowing ritual, invoking an unholy power. As their chants turned silent, so too was I born, baptized in a pool of goat blood. In the next few years, the Thane's sons would die in a series of tragic accidents. Unable to bear the pain, the Thane's wife jumped into a well. The Thane held on for another few painful, wretched years until he drank himself to death. By then, Greenwall had fallen into disarray. An absolute vengeance inflicted by the hags and my mother. As was my father. What happened to the Thane's sons and wife was tragic, perhaps even unnecessary. But it wasn't at all beyond comprehension. I suppose it would be better than sitting around thinking about all this. I could also do some good for a change. Sure, I'd go with you. Lead the way. Cheering.
Well, my friend, how can I help you?
Understand what they're so happy for.
It was lost years ago in a Dwemer ruin. Without it, I feel almost as defenseless as a newborn. I don't think I'll ever be able to find a replacement. I couldn't ask you to undertake such a treacherous journey. It would be a fool's errand, but I see that spark in your eye, and I know better than to warn you away. Grimsever rests within the Dwemer ruin of Misinchaleft. Tread carefully, friend. Those same ruins almost took my life.
In this place, the strong prey upon the weak, and morality holds little
Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves' Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften's citizens from her family, but to no avail. Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son, spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought. Yes, that's right. For a modest fee, I'll bring my formidable arcane powers to bear against your foes. What do you say? If you change your mind, seek me out here.
If you've got the
What do you say
coin,
to
you're
such
welcome
a
here. Otherwise, hit the road. The Thieves' Guild has been pushing hard to regain a foothold in this city. Rumor has it they're falling apart from the inside. I can't stand this city. It's impossible to make a decent living here. Crime is at an all-time high in this city thanks to the Thieves' Guild. Don't we have enough problems with the war going on? Look around you. I'm barely keeping this rat hole together. The war's seen to that. If Maven Blackbriar keeps raising prices on meat, I'll have to resort to watering it down just to make ends meet. Blackbriar meat for the thirsty, food for the hungry. If only Maven would stop raising the price on it, maybe I could afford to stock more cases. That isn't an option. Maven sees me serve a competitor's brand here, and we may as well dig our own graves.
You've been here for a while. while, right? What was it like back when we could still make run? Over here!
You rush them, and I'll circle around behind them.
That it?
Shoot them, Ori.
Take me? Come back here.
Me.
I'll mount your head to my wall.
Quite a race, huh?
It's nothing.
After he murdered High King Tori, by opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Tori. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Boo! Guard, prepare the prisoner.
I don't need your help.
Very well, Rogvir. Bow your head.
On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
We should have drawn it out some more. He deserved a slower death.
These Stormcloaks are nothing more than an armed mob.
I still can't believe he knew what he was doing when he opened that gate.
Rogvir, why did it have to be like this?
I guess it's all over. I expected... I don't know what I expected.
Come on.
I have no business with you. Leave me.
Almost wish I could unsee them. Kind of you to ask. I'm a corsair of sorts from Strozemkai, and I've recently arrived in Solitude with my crew. Halfway through our trip to Solitude, my men and I saw a group of Slodes on an island, performing some sort of ritual. It can't have been a good sign. I've heard stories of the Thracian plague, and I cannot imagine the havoc that would wreak. I plan to sail out there with my crew and slay the beasts. Would you consider joining? That's great to hear. You look to be very capable. I will be at my ship near the Solitude Lighthouse.
Free to make requests.
What shall we do with the drunken Bosmer? What shall we do with the drunken Bosmer? What shall we do with the drunken
Sure.
Bosmer?
What can I do for you?
Early in the morning.
Yes.
An alteration.
You were there for Rogvir's execution.
Powered with a
Legend
soldier?
we all know and love. Our hero claims
Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his damned insurrectionists. She wouldn't have to be there at all if it weren't for Rogvir. And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter. You really don't know? He lets Ulfric Stormcloak escape Solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out. Most people head over to the Winking Skeever. If you're not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip.
Sybil Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton.
Vivienne, could you check out supplies?
I make sure Erica keeps breathing.
Which one is that again?
No, that honor is Sybil Stentor's. A smart man steers clear of Stentor, and keeps himself out of the dungeon when she's having a bad day. Let's just say that the headsman's axe may not be the worst way for a Solitude jail prisoner to die. Look at that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough. I'm in no mood for... You are free.
Hello, I'm Gisli. But you can just call me Erica's sister. Everyone does. Yes, my older brother, and the person you probably want to be speaking to right now. But really, since Torig's death, Falk Firebeard wields the true power of the Jarl's court. My brother is nothing more than a pompous little fop.
Basically the same god. Maybe.
Oh, if you're looking for a good attitude, go see the bards. They'll fake it for you if nothing else. If you're looking for truth instead, see Noster. He's a good example of what life has to offer. And if you're just looking to feel good, go get some spiced wine from Yvette. But whatever you do, just leave me alone. We'll speak again later, if we must.
If you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit.
Any plant life or vegetation.
Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should come by our shop, Radiant Raiment. We could fix you right up.
When we're somewhere safe, perhaps I could tell.
You're really going to the Blue Palace? That presents an opportunity. If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Raiment's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit. Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raiment. It's not an insult, just an observation.
So nice and warming.
If I were walking around with a wound, I would want you to tell me to see a doctor. Your outfit is something of an open wound where attire is concerned.
But I suppose that outfit looks...
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Of course.
Radiant Raymond has spiders in dresses.
Of course. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. I've only been... Oh.
Excuse me. You don't look like the rest of this rabble. Are you from around here? There's something different about you. I see determination, a hunger in your eyes. Nice try, but you're not really my type.
Solitude is like a
Don't worry about it.
sentiment.
But I do know another way
nostalgia.
you could be useful. Just listen. This place, it's crawling with bounties. Powerful opponents. Both demand skills that I happen to have. So, looks like I'm sticking around. Of course I could take them on myself, but it might be better with company. How about traveling together? What a way to ask for my name. I'm Katana. Right. Well, let's leave some mystery, shall we? Though I should tell you, I have a saber cat. I wouldn't do that if I were you, but the choice is yours. Anyway, let's go.
You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you? Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it. Great. Get back to me when you're done and I'll give you something for your time. They're adequate. Honestly, I rely on the business brought in by the burning of King Olaf, and that's not likely to happen this year. Well, it's a great big festival put on by the bards every year. They burn an effigy of old King Olaf. It's quite a bit of fun. The bards give out spiced wine during the festival, so they put it in a big order. And then, for weeks after, demand is so high, I can barely keep up. But with the death of High King Torig, the festival has been declared in poor taste. So it looks like it won't happen this
Power
year.
down automaton before being noticed. Almost like a
Oh
sneak
yes,
kill.
a secret
Maybe
family
someday.
recipe. The only good thing my father Octave ever did. In fact, it's so good, no one else in Skyrim even tries to make any.
With his armor on.
Yo, goodbye.
Let's go then. Oh, you're trying to kill me? But I'm not injured. No. Oh, great job, Remy. Now you're bleeding all over the place.
Thought I heard something.
You really shouldn't be trying to
That
find
was the
us.
last mistake.
Must be like dangerous ways to make money. Come on, you aren't afraid of a little spider. fighter, are you? Do your work! Get him, Scrap! Ow! One of these days, I'm going to have to come up with something catchy to say when we win a fight.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years. Of course.
In Valenwood, there are vampires impossible to distinguish from other bossmen, except in candlelight. Something's not right.
Something's not right.
Don't worry, your death won't be in vain. You've been used to that.
No pressure.
Ah, good. Dinner. I've been waiting on that.
Is someone there?
Here we go again.
Oh! No!
You're getting a real workout.
Ori, this
At
one,
last,
this one
a
over
worthy
here.
of... Ah!
You're going to eat now, Ori. Can I watch? I'm from High Rock. Wayrest, to be exact. It's beautiful. The hub of trade in High Rock, right next to the Iliac Bay. All sorts of people passing through. The smell of the water, so many languages, art, knowledge. But for all its beauty on the outside, the inside is rotten to the core. Well, to start, its own king sold out the city, left the gates open to raiders in the hopes that his enemies would be among those slaughtered. Eventually, the raiders were ousted, but the devastation they wrought, and the king went missing afterwards. I was around 10 when it happened. I don't remember it well, honestly. I can see my mother pushing me into the cellar, and my father standing with his old sword at its entrance. But it all passed us over. I mostly remember complaining that I was bored and wanted to go out to play. I was pretty spoiled. And I guess I got lucky. Well, when I left, it was fine. No one can decide on who should rule it now, so it's been in the hands of a council of cutthroats and traitors until a decision is made. But I honestly don't care much. I've never been into politics. I came to see the Dwemer runes. Well, I've already seen the ones in High Rock and Hammerfell, so the next place is here. Although it's a lot different from Hammerfell. How do you people stand the cold? Well, all that I know about, and that was a lot. Oh no, you must not see a lot of Dwemer runes. There's always something new and interesting to see. They were master engineers with technology far beyond anything any of the other races have achieved. Every rune is a chance to discover some new machine, to learn secrets of Nirn beyond our wildest dreams. I cannot wait to see what Skyrim has in store for me. Books. Books and exploration and experimentation. Oh yes, I'm a bit of a, well, let's just say I'm a self-taught Dwemer mechanic. It's a word I made up just now to describe someone with mechanical knowledge of Dwemer machines. Rolls off the tongue, right? Basically, I mess around with automaton and pipes and tonal locks and, well, you get it. I put pieces together, connect wires, and just fiddle around until something works. Or doesn't work. You know, I've discovered in my experiments that some wires shouldn't be crossed. Some gears fit all right, but some don't. And sometimes soul gems have too big of souls. Usually those mismatches are benign. But sometimes they're a little more, explosive. Don't worry. I've learned a lot, and I definitely probably won't blow us up. My mother and my father are back in Wayrest. My sister is also out in the world somewhere. She's a painter. Wayrest is already a gem, but her art makes it look like something out of Aetherius. She's not famous by any means, but enough merchants pass through the city that she makes a decent income. She tried to teach me once. It didn't go well. But she supports me on the path I decided to travel. The path of a scholar, obviously. She's a painter. She tried to... But she supports me on the path Well, he's not technically my father. My real father died when I was a baby. He was a fisherman, and I guess he had a boat accident or something like that. My mother remarried when I was 5, and I've never known him as anything other than my father. He's a merchant. I guess my mother has a thing for sailors. He travels between High Rock and Hammerfell, making sales and finding deals. He's actually the one who taught me how to use a dagger. It's a good skill to have when one of your shipments is being raided. Well, she might be. She is my father's daughter, so my stepsister. She's also a good 12 years older than I am. She's a mercenary. Pretty handy with a battle axe. She goes anywhere as long as there's coin. I lost tabs on her a few years back. She could be anywhere. I think my father was pretty upset by her career choice, but he never said anything about it. Makes me feel a little guilty for leaving home. Let's change the subject. Okay. My cat. Yep, his name is Numi. He likes his space and I don't like to give it to him. It's short for Numidium. That's the giant construct the Dwemer built to attain godhood. If there's a creature out there that emulates the arrogance of creating a god, it's got to be a cat. Oh, you can probably guess. I like to take apart machines and put them together again. I love to read. I'll read anything as long as it isn't history. And I love eating. I'll eat anything. And I want to try everything. I'll try not to take that as offensive. I'm good with machinery. Something about it just clicks for me. That extends to other mechanisms, like locks. I learned I had a knack for getting into places I shouldn't when I was a teenager. And that same habit gave me practice into getting around unnoticed. And Well, I like shiny things. And sometimes those shiny things are in pockets. So I got pretty good at fishing, if you know what I mean. I'm glad you think so, since I agree. If you ever have use of those skills, I'll be happy to give you a demonstration. Sounds good.
It's the agreement my people made with Ifrei. In return for her protection and blessing, we swore to never eat or harm any plant life or vegetation. Ask away. With the amount of murdering you and I do on a daily basis, it gets difficult to honor that particular part of the mandate. But I make an effort to devour at least a part of every foe I slay, even if it's just the heart or the liver. I can only pray that pleases Ifrei. Go ahead. Ifrei the storyteller, the god of song, the forest and the now. She taught the birds to sing and gave the rivers their tinkling ethereal tune. There is a story about Ifrei that my mother told me when I was very young. When we're somewhere safe, perhaps I could tell it to you. Go ahead. We don't. Our homes aren't as much built as they're grown. The spinners sing to the trees, who coil their bark and leaves into cozy little pods. This is Ifrei's gift to us. I will try my best to answer. Right. So in your opinion, I should just abandon everything I believe in on a technicality? Oh, sure. Let me just gorge myself on plant matter, just because I'm technically allowed to. Never mind the fact that it would probably make me sick. Excellent plan. I'll get right to it. Sorry. Maybe I overreacted a little. It's just that the idea of eating plants disgusts me, and I really don't want to think about it. I will try my best to answer. Technically he's not. The Green Pact only applies to plants in Valenwood, and so chopping wood in Skyrim is not a crime. That's not to say it's not absolutely disgusting, however. Feindel ought to be ashamed of himself. How does he sleep at night? I approve of your choice of attire. Have you ever used a curved sword?
I don't understand beggars. Why sit around asking for money you'll never get when you can just take what you need?
Let me show you the power of Talos Stormcrown, born of the north, where my bread is long winter. I breathe now in royalty and reshape this land which is mine. I for you, Red Legions, for I love you! I love, even as man, great power. In each of us, the future of Skyrim, the future of Tamriel! And there it is! We are the first man, through God, sent us to rule the realm.
It's so nice and warm in here. Shall we stay a while?
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. With good plan, even now my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon?
Like a sneak kill.
Courage.
Maybe
For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors? Of course. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me. That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind. Sadly undervalued, and there's a tranquility in magic, don't you think? It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so. Farewell.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it
One of
attacking the
new
Watchtower?
servants? Remember
No,
that
my
I
lord.
like my meat
It
rare.
was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here.
Remiel?
Head down to the barracks for some food and rest.
Well, I know that you worship him. Well, you and other Bosmer, I assume.
I've heard that some
I've
Britons
already
worship
ordered
him
my
as well.
men to muster in the main gate.
Good.
Well, I
Don't
know
fail
that the
me.
Altmer worship you for
There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the dragon stone for Farengar. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
Swore to
No,
never eat or harm
I
any
can't
plant
afford to
life
risk
or
both of you.
vegetation.
I need you here
I'll
working
see
on
you
ways
with
to
the
defend
watchtower
the city
as soon
against
as
the
the rest of the
dragon.
men gather.
As you command.
Yes.
One
You
last
know,
thing,
there
Irileth.
is a story about
This isn't a
Ifrit that
death
my
or
mother told
glory
me when
mission.
I was very young.
I need to know.
When we're somewhere safe, perhaps I could tell it to you.
I'd love that.
Let's go kill a dragon then.
Good luck. I hope you get there in time.
Who is both man and divine. Trust in me, White Run. Trust in Heinz.
Fruit and fresh vegetables for sale.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough of fish and fowl? Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Let's save us. Here he comes again. It's a dragon.
No!
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn. In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. There's only one way to find out. Try to shout, according to the old legends.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
You heard the summons. So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? Dragonborn? What do you know about the Dragonborn? So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you.
Those Greybeards
Masters of the way of the voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world. The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice, the ability to focus your vital essence into a thume or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift. The Greybeards.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rangar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, Dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Rangar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately.
Housecarl, it's an honor to serve you. Of course, my Thane. Before I pledged my sword to Jarl Balgruuf and you, I led the life of a traveling mercenary, selling my combat skills for gold. On the contrary, life was painfully boring. The people around here only ever hire the companions for the exciting tasks, while the rest of us are left with nothing but glorified bodyguard jobs. So no, I usually only escort people from town to town and carry their burdens. Until I met this one client, who showed me a whole different world. Would you believe it if I told you? It's because my stomach reacts badly to alcohol? Your Vasker is the mead hall of the companions. So naturally, the companions socialize by feasting and drinking together. The non-drinker can never fit in. Better that I don't humiliate myself by drinking water over mead there. Huh. Trick question, was it? You wanted to call me a milk drinker. I'm not going to fall for that. He was a priest of Mara looking for a bodyguard to escort him to Dawnstar. Said something about finishing what he started. At first I thought it was just another boring escort job, but things quickly took an intriguing turn. The first night of our trip, I had a nightmare so vividly horrendous, yet I couldn't wake up from it. Then this priest, Erendur, bestowed Mara's blessings upon me. Although the nightmare persisted, it was somewhat diminished. It was then I learned his true mission. He was on a quest to free Dawnstar from a similar nightmare curse. The next few nights I tried my darndest not to fall asleep. So I asked him to tell me jokes, stories, basically anything to keep me awake. And you know what he told me instead? Mara's doctrines, how she loves us and we ought to love our neighbors.
So much guilt. Sometimes so much it physically hurts.
I know this.
No, it actually got me interested in Mara and the Divines. You see, it's not just about your message, but also the way you convey it. Dare I say, Erendur was quite the effective preacher.
It frightens me.
Yeah.
You won't
Before I met Arander, Mara was just another figure in the temples to me. Now I realize she's the loving mother of us all. Not really.
Thank you, Ori.
He only required me to escort him to Dawnstar, where he'd handle the rest. Although I would have loved to learn more about Mara from him if we had more time. Of course. Such as?
Do you ever get
Of
distracted
course.
from a thought by accidentally thinking of another thought?
I decided to set my mercenary work aside and embark on a pilgrimage to Riften. Not that there were many jobs available to begin with, anyway. I traveled for days until I finally reached the city of Mara, a den of crime, skooma, and paranoia. That would be an understatement. The truth is, I couldn't find any trace of Mara outside her temple. There was this woman who preached about love to me, and I thought I had finally found someone I could connect with. But I quickly realized that she practiced a different kind of love, which Mara would frown upon. What a horrible pilgrimage. She's an impressive woman. If I had even half her resolve, the two of us could take over Riften in a day. Unfortunately, she has no interest in Mara or any of the divines. She thinks it's her own skills and friends that sustain her, not the gods. I respect that, of course, but I only wish Mara had a stronger presence in her own city. I took a carriage back to Whiterun, too worn out from days of walking. But on the carriage, I reflected on my journey. Why did Mara guide me to her city, only to show the worst of it? Maybe she wanted me to start looking after my own people. Maybe I can make Whiterun a better place so that it won't become the next Riften. So, once I was back to Whiterun, I pledged my service to the Jarl, a man who I deemed honorable and just. Of course. When news of Helgen's dragon attack reached us, Housecarl Irilith realized she would have to defend the city from those flying beasts. But if she were to do so, the Jarl would be left unprotected, which is why they needed a, let's say, temporary Housecarl. Correct. I was, after all, the one fighter with the most extensive experience as a bodyguard. So it came full circle again. I was back into the boots of a bodyguard, following the Jarl around for meetings and feasts, and just stand watching. Although the pay surely was more generous when compared to escorting caravans or priests.
I'm never using dwarven oil in a potion again.
He only gives his friends the best. Of course. I don't really know much about it. Talos, Thalmor, emperors and whatnot. But whichever side you choose, I'm sure you have your reason. As your housecarl, my job is to fight alongside you, not question why you're fighting.
As a kid, I accidentally
Lead
made
the
the
way.
other children cry very often. I never
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
What is it, redguard? Good. There's plenty that needs doing.
And I'm craving some spicy Wyress wine.
Than me, my lord. Do you fancy a bit of music? Would you care to hear me play my lute? I play the lute. If you'd like to hear something, it only costs 5 gold. That's so sweet of you. I'll tell you what. I'll play a special song just for you, for no charge at all.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick.
What good does complaining do?
All right then.
I wonder if anyone's actually ever counted the 7,000 steps, or if everyone just collectively decided on that number.
Linley, would you mind? Welcome, friend. Welcome to the Villamere Inn. Need a room? Maybe a drink? If there's anything I can get you, you just let me know. So, you're headed up to High Hrothgar, aren't you? We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're headed up to the monastery. If you're headed up to High Hrothgar, watch your step. It's a long way down. Oh, while you're here, if I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted. Of course. How can I argue with that? Of course.
You want a drink?
Headed up to the monastery, watch your step. It's a long way down.
Right away, my lord. No problem.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.